Time for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
It's a good one. The FTC is making it easier to cancel your subscriptions. So that is the Federal Trade Commission. These are some of the things that actually matter. A lot of bullcrap happening. Don't affect us. They don't affect normal folks. Hey, good job, lawmakers. You did one. So, yeah, this actually affects us in real life. The agency has finalized its time is money rule, requiring services to make canceling a subscription or membership online as easy as signing up for the service. Man, I had a tanning bed membership for like 8 years, couldn't get out of it.
Oh.
You tried to get out and you couldn't?
I'd be like, I need to cancel. They're like, well, you need to send a letter to this company.
Oh,
What?
that's terrible.
I was like, I've been coming to this place for like 3 or 4 years. Look at all the Playboy bunnies I have on me. Like from the little stickers.
Whatever year that was, you were having to mail something by like snail mail, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's great. And this has been forever. This has been like
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. But no. Like 15 years ago when tanning beds was a thing, but I remember it was impossible. So you know what I did? I canceled my credit card that it was on, which was a pain in the butt, just so they couldn't charge me anymore. And then it ended up hurting my credit. It was a loss. Like it's a loss. And I even had, again, at least 4 Playboy bunnies on me that were to prove to them I've been a loyal customer. I'm moving. But it's hard to cancel some stuff. I will say what I do like about Apple when you subscribe to a service through Apple, you get a bill in your email every month, unless you buy it for a year, but you get it so it reminds you, 1, and then 2, all you have to do is go into it and you can hit cancel at any point into your settings.
Yes. Huge.
Super
That's
nice.
easy,
Yeah.
My problem is I forget to cancel. Like I get the free 7-day, free trial, and then like 2 months later, I'm like, dang it!
That's why you have to send yourself a note.
Well,
Yeah.
or if you do it on Apple, it sends you the month at the end of the month when you've only paid once to go cancel. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're just forgetting every time you see
Well,
it.
I'm not on Apple. I'm talking about other streaming services.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're just distracted. But no, yes, that makes sense. But yeah, so that they're making it easier on us that if we get into something we want to get out, we should be able to get out. Yeah, good on them. There are least important things you should be looking for in a partner. Okay? Because we're all looking for like hotties with bodies,
Yeah.
But these are things that don't matter as much. Number 1, and they actually put 6 of them down
Okay.
that people look for that you probably shouldn't. Because if you also have them, that's great, but it's not like they shouldn't be the main 6. Number 1, a perfect 10.
Okay.
And by perfect 10, it could also be like a 9 or somebody that fits your description of what you want, and that's the only thing you want physically. Number 2, somebody who's never been married before. Like if you've never been married and you're like, I'm going to hold out, you may actually meet somebody great that's been married. And for me, that wasn't it. When I was single, I just was like, I'm never going to marry somebody with a kid.
Yeah. It's a big responsibility.
tough.
Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
but at this point in our life, good luck with that.
Well, I'm not looking. I'm good.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's
sorry.
Oh, she's talking.
Eventually, I'm going to have my own.
Amy, you're.
But my wife had never been married, so
Uh,
that worked out. What she had, Amy's like, well,
This is where you find out.
wait, what?
What was that noise, Amy?
Yeah,
no,
well,
just that she's younger. I
you
think
act like
if
she was 12. She was like
No, but-
29.
Exactly. I do think though that in your 40s, if you had married someone your age, you might have been with someone that had been married before.
Here's the thing about that.
Maybe.
I was never going to marry someone my age.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
Because
tragic.
here's why. Because I wanted to have kids.
Wait, I can still
It's a lot harder.
Oh.
maybe.
That's a lot harder at 40.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I don't know. I wasn't able to get pregnant in my 20s, but I maybe could. Now you never know.
So you just kind of shamed me with that. You never know.
Shaming.
You're like, well, me, you never know.
Shaming.
And I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. You never know.
You never know.
Let's see. Shares the exact same interest. No, you don't want that.
Yeah, because
'cause-
you need your own thing.
And it'll drive you
Yes.
crazy. You need shared interests, but you don't need to share exactly the same interests.
Right, like we need to go play golf, like on our own.
Yeah, or certain shows you can watch by yourself,
Yeah.
reading certain books, but there needs to be like a core group of things you enjoy doing together, but you need to also have things you don't like doing together.
So my daughter was with your wife having a conversation, and I guess Caitlin said something about you playing PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
and Stashira looks at her and goes, "Grown men play PlayStation?"
I got something to say to your daughter.
No, she just was curious.
No,
she
I got something
genuinely
to say
wanted
to
to
your
know.
daughter. No, it's unfair.
And then,
and you
and
should.
then Caitlin said, "Well, define grown men."
Oh, wow.
I'm catching strays left and right over here. Last night, my wife, Amy, her daughter, one of my wife's friends, our friend, Jackie, and two of our other friends went to watch Sabrina Carpenter last night.
Yeah.
Do you guys even know who that is?
Yeah, I know she's a singer.
Man, I know her.
You're looking at
Driver's license is about her.
No, it's about her. That's correct. Good job. Olivia
Yeah.
Rodrigo wrote that about her. 'cause
Yeah.
she's still
You
a
wrote
fan.
that about Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been a real Sabrina fan. Her music's great, but I'm like, I'm Team Olivia Rodrigo.
It's pretty interesting, the rivalry.
Yeah. I don't think they're really rivals anymore. Now I think it's, I mean, I know it. I know too much, guys.
So now it's
You know too
manufactured?
much.
No. I know too much. So it's about a boy. Morgan, do you know about the boy?
Yes, I know about the boy.
So, which, by the way, he might be one of the best looking guys in pop music too. Shawn Mendes.
Oh, I know Shawn Mendes.
Yeah. Like and he plays guitar.
Yeah.
So
He's a 10.
it,
What on earth?
Whoa.
Well, he,
Cougar.
And you say I sound like a creep.
Will you explain the rivalry? It's Camila Cabello and Sabrina Carpenter, and it's Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, and then their songs written about, and that's kind of
Well, there's the Olivia Rodrigo thing, which is with Joshua Bassett. There's
Yes.
there's a few things happening within here.
it's a love quadrangle.
So they're fighting over boys?
Dude, I don't even know if it's all real. Cause
maybe Lunchbox should do a report on it.
no, he's still got to do.
Yeah, I got to do.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla.
All right, moving on. Other things that you don't need: an oppressive career.
What does that mean?
If let's say Morgan's looking for a guy, she goes, he's got to have an impressive career for me.
Oh.
to-
Oh,
Impre-
impressive. I thought you said oppressive.
I did too. I was
Oh, that'd be
like,
tough.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. What does he do? Oh, he's a dictator. Yeah. Actually, oppressive.
Yeah, depression.
I might have said that wrong, but
That's why I was
meant
like,
impressive.
whoa.
Yeah.
Impressive. Okay. Impressive career.
But it
Okay.
helps if you have an impressive career.
The next one that you do not need to look for: substantial wealth.
Okay. I'm writing these
And I
down.
think most of these, I'm going to be fair here. I think most of these are geared toward women for things not to look forward to. And I know that possibly could sound sexist, but I don't know a single guy that wants to find a girl with an impressive career or substantial wealth. And I don't think every girl that I know did that. But I don't know a single guy that's like, you know what's on my list? A rich lady.
Yeah.
Surely
But
there's
guys
some.
should be looking for that, though, because then they can just stay at home and do nothing. It's kind of cool.
Who would want to do that?
Yeah.
Me.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing. That'd be a great stay-at-home dad.
So these guys, they would
Yeah,
look
I
for.
guess. And next up is highly educated with multiple degrees. Like,
Who cares?
That shouldn't be on your
Yeah,
list.
whatever.
My wife has that. I wish she didn't sometimes.
It's just smart.
Like it's just like there are arguments. I'm just like, I know I'll fight. Like I'll act like I think I can win. Deep in my heart, I'm losing. Yes, don't look for those things. You can have them, and that's awesome, but make sure those aren't on the list of non-negotiables. Tom Brady is officially a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders football team.
Wow.
So he owns 10% of the football team.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool news. But Amy, he signed a $375 million broadcast deal, right, with Fox.
Yeah.
But he can't, now that he's owning a team, he can't go on any single team facility. He can't go to any team meetings prior to his job to do the broadcasting on Fox.
What?
He can't.
So what's he gonna do? Like
Exactly.
just broadcast
He's
from
like
a-
just going to stand outside the building and be like,
room?
you're on in 5, 4. Because he can't do what they normally do because he owns a team. So he can't get
Wow.
inside information about other teams. It's hilarious.
So was he aware of that? Or
Yes,
I mean,
and something will
obviously,
probably. Yes, he was aware of that.
Okay.
And they're paying him all that money because he's Tom Brady. But he also gets to be the owner of the Raiders because he's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
But he did pay for it. Kristen Cavallari thinks that Kanye West has been cloned. I like this story.
Oh,
I have 2 thoughts on this. Cavallari, on her podcast, said she goes, I think Kanye's a clone. Kristen relayed that Kanye told her in a past interview that if he ever disappeared and started acting differently, it wouldn't really be him. She said, look at him. Compare all photos of him. It's not the same blank in person. It's not. Don't cancel me, Hollywood. Whenever the podcast host tried to shoot the theory down, she doubled down, saying secret groups like the Illuminati will kill those who speak the truth, rapping with, I believe this with every ounce of my body, from TMZ. It's funny, I don't believe that. But I'll say this. Didn't want to really like Kristen Cavallari. I really like Kristen Cavallari. I had no reason to not want to like Kristen Cavallari, except she was on MTV, and I was probably like, not relatable at all. She's probably way too pretty to think an ugly guy like me is even fun to hang around. You know, I was like 28 or something. I don't know how old I was. She was so nice.
You've met her?
Yes, she was so nice. Not even just like nice, because nice is a word that you just kind of slap out there and go, it's a pleasant experience. She was so kind to my wife, where a lot of times we'll be together, and if there's another woman, they'll just ignore my wife.
Yeah, it's a thing.
She was so nice to my wife. She was so nice to me. We spent like a half hour doing a professional thing together. Like, you know what? Just because I like Kristen Cavallari, I agree. Kanye's a clone.
He does act different though. Like,
Way different.
but I mean that could be just a personality thing,
I think it is
Yeah,
right?
probably.
It's
Yeah.
more than being cloned.
But I think my big story is here. I'm going to vouch for Kristen Cavallari, even though this sounds like some crazy. I don't know if you guys have any experiences with her, but no, yeah, loved her. Don't know her really well, but yeah, she was as warm and kind. And I guess when people are pretty, I just don't expect that.
Yeah, she's hot.
Just even good-looking guys, I'm like, I bet they're a douche.
For sure.
You think I can say what George told us yesterday?
What about?
His fraternity.
Oh, yeah. I think say that.
Okay, so yesterday, Eddie and I went and played golf with one of our dearest friends, George Burge, and George has 2 hit songs. He has the first one, I got my mind on you, got you money. He's got that one. And then the second one is, she only listens to cowboy songs. That one's climbing to number 1 too.
Jam.
And so we've known George forever. He's such a great guy. And you know, in a fraternity, he was in a frat at University of Texas.
At UT, yeah.
I didn't understand the concept of what a little brother was, but you have a specific one person that's your little brother.
Yeah, and in sororities, you have your big sister, little sister.
So, but that's like, it's not like you have 10. Like you have one that's like, you know, you're not gonna know, but I'm gonna ask to you, and if
It's
you don't,
crazy.
guess who his little brother was?
Well, I mean, he went to Texas,
I mean-
so start there.
Okay, and he has to be younger than George, and he went to.
By like a year or
Yeah.
two. Yeah,
I don't know the ages of these people, but Jordan,
Jordan.
Spieth?
he probably didn't have
Oh,
time
that-
for a fraternity.
That'd have been a good guess. No, you know his name?
Yes, Powell.
Yeah,
Glenn?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell was.
Glenn Powell, like the greatest looking
Oh,
guy. with
Glenn
all the-
Powell, the actor with
Yeah.
the abs.
Isn't that
Yes.
crazy?
That was his little brother. He goes, yeah, we still text. He's still my friend.
That's
That was his
hilarious.
little brother. And he was like really nice and was good looking. He said, but he was kind of nerdy. And then he moved to Hollywood, and all of a sudden he's like the sexiest man alive. I might have said sexiest man alive.
All
but
right, he
still.
didn't say that.
Wasn't that crazy that his little brother in the fraternity?
Yeah, that is weird. I guess. Yeah, I need to Google their ages.
You know, my little brother, I don't even really know that well.
Oh,
Like you're real.
the real,
Yeah,
not
my-
fraternity, little brother.
Yeah, my real dad, who I don't know, has a son.
Oh,
So you're half brother.
I'm not even sad about
Okay,
it. I'm just
good.
saying I don't even know him now. I met him like when I was like 11.
You should have gone to fraternity, man. You can
Then
know
he,
all your
then he
little
didn't
brothers.
mind.
yeah.
All right, that's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Breaking non-news. Breaking non-news. This is not news because I'm not doing it. But non-news, I am not booking either one of the presidential candidates on the show. And I'm not just saying that because it also wasn't an option, but it was an option, and I'm not doing it.
Why are you not doing it?
Okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
We spend so much time avoiding dividing. Doesn't even have to be about politics. We're divided amongst ourselves. We fight all the time. We've known each other 20 years. And in the end, if Eddie wants to punch Lunchbox in the face.
Please let me.
Exactly. At the end of the show, they're still going to hug. Or if Lunchbox needs a ride, like we in this room are all here for each other. That's why we can fight with each other. So
What if we had fun with it though, and like we did that thing, like
there's
sometimes
no,
we
there's
do
no fun with it.
No, but sometimes we do games where it's like, you know, Lunchbox can only ask them a question with 3 words or something.
Or easy trivia.
Oh,
Both
yeah,
candidates.
easy trivia.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if
U.S. trivia.
let's just say there was a candidate, John Wilson.
Yes.
I know.
It wouldn't matter if you came in and said, I'm going to give everybody $100 listening. The people who didn't like John Wilson would go, he's so full of crap. He's just using his money. And not only that, now I don't like you because you put him on. And we literally just played, can you name that fart?
But we're like,
Right.
wait. We didn't just put him on. We had everybody
We did.
on.
No, we had them on. Well, my point is, all I'm saying is because
know.
I saw something about it yesterday because it had been known that I had been offered both or had been approached about putting both on. I wouldn't put one on without the other. And then I was like, I'm just not going to do them because we make a priority that everybody can feel included on this show. Sometimes we don't want to include each other on the show, but that's just friendship for 20 years. So
Valid breaking news.
Sure.
why that stinks for me is, and I had to make this decision, why that stinks for me is it would have been massive ratings, massive streams. But I'm not going to do it because I have committed to making this show, hopefully, that if you like what we talk about our content, you feel safe coming here. And you can get mad at one of us for the stupidity that we do, but I'm not going to bring something on to divide people that on purpose. So we're not doing any political. We've tried to stay away from it. At times I'll talk about issues that affect me personally, but I'm just not going to do it. So if you do read that, and I can tell you what one of the stories I saw was coming out about me is that I refused to put one of them on. It was like, why would he refuse to put this candidate on? I didn't refuse. I actually kindly said no to both. But I want our audience to know, before it becomes a news story, if it becomes a news story, I just feel fundamentally for this show that is not where we are. Do I love politics and reading about it? I'm obsessed with it.
Oh.
And would I love to do it? Would it be like a cool feather in the cap?
Oh, yeah.
Because one of them would have to win. And we'd be like, one of them already was a president and one's a vice president. That's 2 things we've never had. Would that be cool for me? Yes. And us. But I mean, like, there's certain, but I'm not going to do it. And that's hard to say because I know the business side of me is like, man, we can just rock some crazy ratings. Not going to do it.
How long do you think about it?
Yeah.
I talked to my wife about it. My instinct was, well, if we could get both. Because one came. And then once one came, the other came pretty shortly after, probably because they know what each other's doing. And like and so I was like, man, I wanted to have them at the same time.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Well, yeah, like
But-
a debate.
Blind karaoke with both of them.
Fun Fact Friday.
Now that kind of stuff's funny. I just
Yes.
I just couldn't do it.
Ooh, we could do-
I want to be the place, and this is the only reason. Let's say it one more time. I want to be the place people feel like if they want to listen to our show, that they can listen knowing we're not pushing. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Pushing. Yeah.
An
Some
agenda.
people call me that.
Yeah.
But we're not pushing a political agenda. We may have thoughts about issues. Like you can get me going with guns. Like I have them. I have a lot of them. I also feel like and I can go on forever and ever, right? Or you could get me talking about gay rights. I love them. I think we should have them. I think they should have them. And then people are like, I'll get half people going, oh, but he loves guns. He's so conservative. And then another people's like, well, look at that lib. Loves gay rights, loves gay people. And both are true. But people only like get one side of anything and they attach to it and then they hate. And I'm like, this is not the place for that. That's all. I spent a long time saying nothing. We're not having anybody. If you read a story today that I turned somebody down, just know that both people were kindly said no thank you to. I did not turn anybody down because of any belief that I have. That is all. I also one campaign like 3 months ago offered me money, not campaign, probably a side group, offered me money to endorse somebody.
Whoa.
On social media. I did not take the money.
That's how that
How much?
works.
It was a lot.
That's breaking news.
It was a lot.
That's breaking news.
I'm not gonna say who.
And you didn't take the money?
I didn't take the money. No, because I'm not gonna endorse anybody.
Lunchbox would have done it.
I think
heartbeat.
that's a good sign.
I'll vote for somebody, but I'm not taking the money. Let's say Lunchbox. Wesley Johnston was the candidate,
Yeah.
and Frankie Johnson was running against him. Now you're a big Frankie Johnson guy.
I love Frankie.
But Weston Johnston said, "Hey, we'll give you $100,000 to get on and just say you're voting for West."
Oh, I love Westy.
Oh, you switch now.
Wow.
Westy's a good dude. And you know why? You know what that shows? That's why I don't win Arkansan of the Year.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of breaking, because your
Yeah.
award over there looks like glass.
Well,
Be
Don't get it
careful.
close to Amy.
Hey, breaking
oh,
news.
that's true.
Ray, hit it. Breaking news.
Well, okay, I don't want to make this.
Whoa.
I don't want to make this about me yet.
at that
We
award.
can mention that in just a second. I want to get ahead of any news that's coming out about me. If it does come out that I'm a hater toward a candidate, I was not a hater toward the candidate. I was no thank you to both kindly because of what we try to maintain on this show. That's all. I want this to be a safe place for everybody to come. And if you don't like us because you just don't like us, that's fine. I get it. I don't like us sometimes. But I don't want you to not like us because of anything political, because that's not the space we're in. It's the same reason I don't come on here and talk about sports all day on this show. This is not the place for it.
We love sports.
Do I love sports? I do my own
Yeah.
side. Yeah. I've spoken too long. But it would have been cool. Selfishly, I would have loved to have had him in. It was so hard because even if I like or don't like a vice president or a former president with one of them about to be the president, again, that's a super cool picture to have forever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What if we did tell me something good with them and they had to say something good about the other?
they'd probably go, I say something good about me, and then, but this is why I'm good, and they suck.
And like, that wasn't the
They'd-
question.
They'd flip it.
That's like Lunchbox style.
Yeah, they'd flip it. Okay, so I'm taking a break. I just wanted to get that out there. Do you guys feel okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. I think that's a great reason.
it would have been cool, though, huh?
It would have been awesome.
Man, I
I
should
know.
think like you. I'd be in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you. What would you have done, Lunchbox?
I'd taken them on the show, taking the money. I've done it
Oh,
all.
you'd have done both.
I've done everything.
Oh, there you have it. Okay, thank you. We will come back. We're going to talk about signs. Signs you see makes you change your life. Signs you see makes you question your life. Amy has one every Tuesday, apparently. She sees a lot of signs.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, she sees like tennis balls on the ground, and she's like, I need to go be a pro tennis ball player. Or letters falling off a board, and it says N-O from the letters, and she's like, do I need
But I had just asked for a sign. I was praying like, I need a sign. This would be helpful. And then voila, there's the letters.
I know, I guess I would need it to be a little more distinct.
Okay.
If I'm praying for a sign.
It says
Also,
no.
then
No, the letters
Yeah.
fell off the board. No, it didn't matter. That's not the point. Not the point.
Okay,
That's the point.
okay.
I'm just saying we talk about signs, and I cannot prove you're wrong in any way. For me, I don't ask for signs, and if I get signs, I take it as, hey, I should reevaluate something and determine if what I've just seen is giving me an advantage and maybe an adjustment in my life.
That's not true. The guitar that fell. Remember,
Yeah.
you asked God, give me a sign, and the guitar fell.
My grandma was dead, and the air conditioner flipped on, and it did fall. So, who knows?
You always say though, like
I can't prove they're right.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not true. I'm saying for me,
We don't know.
I'm a little more difficult. But
Okay.
Amy sort of has another sign.
Come on,
You know,
Amy.
she loves birds.
Yeah, I love birds. So both of my parents have passed away. My mom is a cardinal, and my dad is a blue jay. Very confident about that. And like
Will you say that again, but say it instead of just so quickly.
Okay.
Your mom.
right
is a
after my
cardinal.
mom passed away, my sister and I are laying in bed with her like she was in hospice care, and we look up and there's a cardinal out the window. And cardinals are often associated with loved ones that has passed on. So my sister and I, cardinals, that's just been a thing. I had a bird feeder. I was very into birds during COVID. It was like one of my favorite hobbies. And I had a feeder, and I played bird bingo. I tracked all the birds that came to my feeder. I never had a blue jay come to my feeder. My dad passed away in 2021, and after he died, I had my first blue jay visitor. And I was like, okay, my mom's cardinal, my dad is a blue jay, gives me comfort, gives me peace. Like I moved this summer because my mom flew to me, and I felt a peace when I saw this cardinal in a tree, and it said, sell your house, everything's gonna be fine. And I did, and she was right.
Amy sold her house because
amazing.
No,
It wasn't just that. I needed the peace. Like I
Amy
didn't
sold her
think-
house because of a bird.
Wow.
I don't know, not a bird, a cardinal, Bones.
My
You're
mom.
not any bird.
It
I know,
wa-
I don't
whatever it is, I think my mom used the bird to send me a message.
Oh, I thought she was the bird.
I can't prove.
But there's lots of birds. I get it. I know I'm not saying my
Can't
mom is
prove
the
you're wrong.
actual bird, but I think it's a moment where I connect with a more spiritual side where I've been praying for something and I receive an answer.
I can't prove you're wrong and hope you're right. And if it makes you feel great, I have no problem with it at all. Me to make a big decision like that based off of a bird.
I know.
that
it
would
sounds
be,
crazy.
That would be tough. Yeah,
But I had
that's okay.
I had like a peace that surpasses all understanding. Like I think it was an answer to prayer.
God, I need that.
Well, in that moment I had it.
all
I don't
do.
always
no,
have
I
it,
just need
but
peace at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on like 3 medications trying to sleep at this point. I
Mm.
can't get any peace.
Okay, so anyway,
It's like, go, take a pill. Okay, so
are you
what's
talking
anyway?
about the dead blue jay at my
Yeah,
house?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Oh, no.
So I walk out my back porch and there's a dead blue jay. And I'm thinking, well, Dad,
What?
What
Finish,
does
'cause
this
I have
mean?
a theory. I have a theory.
okay. So I look it up. When a dead blue jay appears, it pushes you to reflect on life's impermanence, urging you to appreciate the fleeting moments of joy and happiness. It provokes a profound understanding that even in loss, there is a lesson to be learned and growth to be attained. And I've in my transitional season and like the divorce the last 2 years and a lot of changes that have happened in my life, like I'm coming out of that other side and I still am grieving certain parts of my life and new things that I'm stepping into. And I was like, oh, I can get on board with that, Dad. Like I
Wait,
need
so you
to,
don't think your dad died right there? Because that's, to me, the blue jay died.
no, he's
Now
not dying.
Now our dad's dead in a blue jay.
It could
That's
still
what I
be
thought.
a
Right.
message for me in a way.
Okay.
And like rebirth of like I'm embarking on, like I have started dating, which is a whole new thing and I've been scared, but I can still, life is short. I need to enjoy life and step into this next chapter.
I would have interpreted it based on my past interpretations if I were her as, well, the blue jay's now dead.
Yeah, it's
dad-
either
And
that
that's-
or
and
there's
And now I died twice.
West
Interesting.
Nile or something.
See, that's another one.
Right.
Bird flu.
What if, let me throw a theory at you.
Okay.
You can't prove I'm right or wrong. Your dad was in that blue jay, right? Blue jay died. Your dad now is now being reincarnated into another baby that's just being born because it's his soul out of the bird had spent his time there and has now moved on.
But you're missing the point. He's not actually the bird.
Wow.
There's no point because you don't know that either. You don't know he's not the bird. There's no guarantees here. So what if now his soul has now entered
A
a
newborn.
baby coming out of a womb?
Whoa.
And that baby's going to come visit Amy.
Well, we don't know about that. Baby's too young. Baby could be anywhere. But what if that's now his?
This is
That
heavy.
the blue jay was just a conduit to get back into get a soul into another human.
Wow.
I think just if a
can't argue
message
with
brings
that.
you comfort at time, look, and I'm rational enough to know that this may very well not be the case, but I took this and it gave me peace and I felt good about it. And I'm like, okay. And I haven't had the guts to pick it up. So honestly, every time I walk by,
Pick it up. No,
it's
that's
still
called
there.
cleaning it up.
No, I can't pick it up. But so I've been walking by it for a little bit. And every time I walk by, I'm like, live life to the fullest. Like,
No. Get a trash bag.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that thing.
Get a trash bag. Put it over the top, and then
still
throw it in the
there.
dumpster.
still there.
Okay,
That's my reminder.
I stand by my theory. Amy's dad has now been reborn
No.
as a baby in the past few days. Wow. So there's a baby. Walk around.
Stop.
Can I say your dad's name?
Yeah.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Walk around and see if you see a baby. It could be named anything, and go Cliff, and see if it looks at you.
Oh.
And if so, I think you found your dad.
Stop. That can't happen. That's not happening.
Do it. Say Cliff.
Cliff. Okay, fine. I'll go.
Right now there's a baby
I'll
going,
keep you
huh?
posted.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
And my favorite part is she goes, I'm rational to know that it could not be
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I am.
No, but then she follows up by, but I haven't picked it up yet.
Well, I don't want to pick up a dead bird.
But it didn't feel like that wasn't the reason.
That wasn't the reason.
The reason
You were-
was you're not done yet living life. And loving.
No,
Right.
no, I don't need the reminder. I just really don't want to pick up the dead bird. So I have to.
There's a baby out
Figure
there
that
that's
out.
a secret Cliff. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Okay,
There's a baby that's your dad out there.
whatever. I know people are mixed on this.
I'm not mixed on it, but what I admire is that you are dedicated to it and it gives you peace. That's literally all that matters.
Yeah, it's not like every time I see a blue jay or every time I see a cardinal, I have some message that's being sent. It's just when it happens, I pay attention. And
I admit I could argue with that too. But however, it doesn't matter to me. I cannot prove you're wrong. I don't want to prove you wrong. I love what it does for you,
thanks.
and nobody's getting hurt by it. So
No.
live it.
Yeah.
Love it. And baby Cliff out there was loving it too.
Yeah, man.
And if you think my theory is crazy, then that's unfair of you because
You're right. I need to be more.
What if there's a baby with a mustache
Accepting.
like her dad?
Yeah, he had a
And they're like,
mustache.
"How's this baby have a mustache already full?" And we're like, "That's Amy's dad. That's Cliff."
It comes out. It's speaking Spanish.
Spanish and English.
Fluent.
Yes, that's
Love it.
correct. All right.